Hey YouTube, it's ShryphonX here. Today we're going to be talking about Chainsaw Man Chapter 210. Like and subscribe for more content. The War Devil Reborn. Fujimoto's sharpest critique of America. Chainsaw Man Chapter 210 review. This Chainsaw Man chapter delves into the horror of war and American imperialism, all through its compelling presentation. It culminates in the triumphant return of the War Devil in her full glory. In the preceding chapter, nuclear weapons mysteriously reappear, and the War Devil regains her full power. The chapter is titled Peace. Why everyone's obsessed with this anime horse game, this chapter boasts an impressive 14 pages. The chapter begins with Yura momentarily forgetting about Denji. Her cherished devil toy is the nuclear weapons devil. This was her stated objective since her introduction in the series, to make Chainsaw Man vomit up the nuclear weapons devil. However, this plan doesn't unfold as expected. Instead, America has reinvented nuclear weapons from scratch. The tunnel effect twist from the previous chapter is recontextualized here for a far darker purpose. Once again, we are reminded that the origin of all devils, excluding the primal fears, lies in humanity itself. While devils and humans coexist, humans' tendency to escalate conflicts leads to the essentially rebuilding of devils lost to history. Even if Chainsaw Man consumes and erases a devil from history, can that truly halt humans from reimagining and creating them anew? The erasure of certain concepts in real life, whether it's the destruction of historic property or the suppression of ideological movements, doesn't halt human progress. Humans can rediscover or even rebuild by accident or by design. Yuru makes a peace sign, which becomes relevant later, and instructs the falling devil to transform into clothes. Confused, the falling devil's untangled being winds around Asa to form a new set of clothes. An impossible feat for a devil from man-made fears. Despite her power, the War Devil, one of the four most formidable devils, is challenged by the falling devil's reminder that primal fears exist beyond humanity. These are the fears inherent in all life that cannot be erased. Yet, the falling devil, who has stood unchallenged for the past 80 chapters, now faces a formidable adversary. Consider the primal devils, revered as immortal, untouchable, supernatural forces of evil. War has surpassed them, with the falling devil, the chef, transformed into a dress for a cute high school girl to wear. War has entered the realm of reality warping, not only transforming people into weapons, but also transforming water into wine, in a matter of speaking. Yoru's act of transubstantiation, akin to the Christian Eucharist, suggests that the falling devil may not be dead or destroyed but weaponized, albeit in a form of clothing. Is she truly alive? Perhaps, but for now, she might be the first primal fear to be truly, fully defeated. The darkness devil was sent to hell, and the aging devil is trapped in its own prison realm, yet they remain intact. Meanwhile, while the falling devil, alone, may still be alive, she is merely a garment worn by Yoru and will not fight back until another force, either war or the falling devil, can liberate her. War surpasses nature. This is the core thesis of the War Devil's power growth. When humans create something far surpassing nature's capabilities, they forget the fundamental fears that exist within them. Asa warned Denji about this fate in Chapter 195, Kill Me Tears. It is a fate worse than death, humanity's nihilistic progression towards endless cruelty. War is merely the beginning of this unfolding catastrophe. Chainsaw Man couldn't completely erase war, even if she were erased. Would that have stopped wars altogether? After all, there's still rocks, guns, weapons, and even our own fists and hatred. Anything we grasp and think of is a weapon to use against another person. Chimpanzees wage wars, but humans have transformed war into an art form. Just as humans will find something and use it, for better or worse, the same can be said of fears of specific wars and ideologies like the World War II devil and the Nazi devil. Interestingly, Fujimoto didn't create a communism devil despite the Red Scares, which could be because the Cold War hasn't happened yet. However, thanks to the reinvention of nuclear weapons, America started the Cold War against the USSR, which means a new Cold War devil could be created. The war devil might even be a factory for devils, which aligns with her connection as the supposed mother of all weapon devils. Yes, humans produce devils because there's no known way for devils to reproduce. But with the close interspecies relationships, like the angel devil having a human lover, is there a possibility that devils can produce or link themselves to other devils in a familial sense? The war devil has the ability to create weapons that people fear. So, what if the weapon hybrids or devils are either inferior or artificial forms of devils produced by war or between war and humanity? These hybrids often gain immortality and escape the reincarnation cycle. The war devil and America are like twins or even lovers who empower each other and serve as mirrors of each other. And yes, you guessed it, Denji was NTR'd by the United States of America, no less. Fujimoto delivers a relevant and horrific war critique for the decade. Chainsaw Man is no stranger to critiquing America and its war crimes. In Chapter 178, the Statue of Liberty literally transformed into the gun goddess, which also happens to be another way to read the statue's Japanese name. The gun devil has contracts with both the President of the United States and the National Pistol Association of America. These contracts exchange the lives of American citizens for the protection of American interests, such as killing Makima and gun rights, respectively. If you zoom out, the charred corpses are lined up like the stripes on the American flag. The flag is its identity. Therefore, America is building its identity from innocent bloodshed, yet it emerges as righteousness, the current moral system. If MAPPA or any production team could add more depth to this presentation, anime fans would truly grasp this profound critique of the American empire. Ever since the revelation of the Palestinian struggle, particularly the Gaza conflict that erupted on October 7th, 2023, the world has become more vocal in acknowledging the role of the United States in perpetrating war crimes. Manifest Destiny, which fueled American settler colonialism in the 19th century, deprived Native Americans, Mexicans, and neighboring populations of their right to their ancestral lands. This led to their silent dehumanization, which persisted for the rest of time. The American dream, which lured immigrants with the promise of brighter futures away from their chaotic homelands in Europe, Africa, and Asia, ultimately resulted in their treatment as second-class citizens or worse, as threats, especially in the present day. Globalization has further expanded American influence and preference, leading to the perception that America's military actions and interventions are seen as benevolent or more preferred than other powers. However, in reality, America has committed numerous atrocities in the name of freedom and democracy, including the support of various repressive dictatorships, particularly the endorsement of Israel, a country accused of war crimes through starvation and ethnic cleansing against the Palestinian population. This is why the chapter is titled Peace. It is the antithesis of war, but also its purpose. War is waged for peace, and peace is created through war. If there is a peace devil, it is war's fault. Yoru's declaration of love in the form of singing the U.S. national anthem makes perfect sense. America is her one true love, the empire of humanity that has made her stronger and more beloved. In her words, America made me powerful, terrifying, and attractive. America wages wars that increase the production of weapons through a mutual cycle of resentment, protectionism, and assured self-destruction. With the proliferation of weapons and war, War surpasses the primal fears of falling off or aging. In war, death is brutal and swift. War is beautiful because it symbolizes human progress and growth, the essence of humanity, as evident when Yoru wears her preferred fashion, even in a human form. Perhaps Yoru finds Ace's body quite appealing, as they gradually merge into a singular or similar entity. Ace is forced to witness Yoru's plans for world domination and war. The end of the world approaches, and even the Death Devil observes the carnage of humanity. The devils are a reflection and mirror of humanity. Humanity is the true devil, and now, helpless victims like Asa are left to witness the march of war. Is Denji dead? The chapter concludes with Denji seemingly entering an afterlife realm, finding himself unharmed within the 4th East High School. Here, he encounters Fami, who immediately reveals the truth. She is not the famine devil, but the death devil, and she has another name, Lil D. Some fans have criticized the translator's translation of Death's nickname, finding it unfunny. In reality, she calls herself Shur-chan or Death-chan. In English, it sounds like Little Death, which is why the translator rendered it as Lil D. However, the English translation loses the cutesy context, considering that despite her gluttony, fake Fami presents herself as a cute girl like the other 4 horsemen. Thank you for watching this video. Please like and subscribe for more content. ShryphonX out.